to the spot where the real ones breathe. Knowledge in the forefront, wisdom underneath. Bro, you carrying life, sit down, decompress. This room built for men who survive every test. We talk purpose, pressure, peace and the grind. How to stay solid when the world wants your mind. Young cats listen cause the wisdom hit different. OGs nod cause the message stay consistent. No ego in a room, just truth, no flex. Real brotherhood, grown talk, nothing less. We sharpen each other, iron cut through the noise. A space for grown men, not grown boys. Real men, real talk, step aside, unwind. Barbershop talk, sharp lines for the mind. Brothers link up cause the space feel right. Blizzard the bro, giving real men a mic. Strength in the circle, that's respect in motion. Exhale today, tomorrow we move with devotion. This is Blizzard the bro. Barbershop talk, real man, real talk. Real man, real talk, step inside, unwind. Barbershop talk, sharp lines for the mind. Brothers link up cause the space feel right. Visit the road, giving real men the mic. Strength in the circle, that's respect in motion. Exhale today, tomorrow we move with devotion. This is Blizzard the Bro, yeah. Barbershop talk.
My bad. Salute. Welcome back to Blizzard Abroad. This is Barbershop Talk. Can y'all hear me? Salute to the early people that checked in. We got Russ. Salute, Russ. If you're still here, he said, who wrote the intro music? I wrote it. Not a great orator, but I can write a little bit. Ibrima, my brother. Salute to you. Day is going good, man. We doing what we gotta do. We handling business, taking care of business. Everything's good. Everything is good. And Kamal is in the building. Salute to you. So the topic of tonight, I'm gonna get right into it because I'm gonna do the monologue. We're gonna get right into it. I finally understand LBH. And yeah, salute to you, my bro. I finally understand LBH. What does that mean? And I'll be honest. If you don't know what LBH is, if you never heard of it before, the term means loser back home. It's not a good term. And it's used to define expat. So some background on this. I'm a pretty new channel and in the big scheme of things. So when I came to this space, I started my channel. Damn, that's loud. Excuse me. Started my channel 2 years ago. I've been streaming for 1 year, right? So when I started this channel, it wasn't about getting into arguments. It wasn't about being a passport bro, anything like that. I actually started this channel to show the people around me, the people in the same position I was in, the same neighborhood I come from, my friends, my family, that there was more out there. I wanted them to see me as I went places. You know, I could tell them, I could show them pictures, but this was an easy way where I could show them. And you know, it's interesting. Salute, nephew. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on the Twitch. Salute to you. So, like I said, I wasn't up here to get into fights, to get into the back and forth. But it's just word. Okay. But anyway, it wasn't about that. And the first time I heard the term LBH, loser back home, My gut reaction was to defend these brothers. And if you go back, you want to look into my catalog, you can see it. You can see me defending the Passport Bros, defending expats, because y'all wildin'. Yo, the vertical stream be wildin', man. Y'all be wildin', man. It's not that I thought every man was nice or every man was perfect. Um, I took the position of like, you don't even know these people that you're downing. You don't know these men. You know, these are everyday regular men like me who are frustrated, who are fed up, who want to see if there's something better out there, who want to see if, what life abroad could be. Because it was the hype. Come on, 2 years ago, Passport Bros was trending, right? Moving abroad was trending. It still is. It still is. But the attacks on everyday regular men is what I was defending, So my position was simple. Understand these people before you attack them. At least try. Why attack somebody that you never met, you don't know, right? You want to attack the content creators? Yeah, they're putting themselves out there. But the everyday regular men who are traveling, I felt the need to defend those men. And I do not regret doing that, right? It came from a genuine place. But just a blanket defense of all men was wrong. I'm not going to lie. It was wrong because we're not all the same, right? We're not all the same. Some people do things that I do not agree with. Some people, move in ways that I would never move. And they have different motivations than me, right? So salute to the new people coming through. Buck DeLorean, salute to you. Salute to you. Alakazam, salute to you, right? That's what tonight is about. It's not about attacking, right? It's just being honest about what I've learned, what I've seen over the last 2 years, right? So that's what I was defending. That's what I thought I was defending. The everyday working man, the men that did everything the right way, the men who went out and held society up, but never got appreciated for it. The men that was on the other side of that battering ram, that's called feminism, who wanted to get away from it, men that were trying to get, away from the rising cost of living in the United States, the drug epidemic here, the violence here, that's all here. The politics and the constant political fights, men that were just searching for room to breathe. None of that is LBH behavior. None of what I just mentioned, right? That does not mean, that LBH or losers back home don't exist, right? The problem is that all these movements, right? Passport Bros, even most of the stories from expats, it got hijacked. The story got flipped. We started listening or promoting the wrong people. Let them then be the voice for the rest of us, right? So tonight, I just want to separate this. I just want to separate it and tell you what I learned, right? And I want to actually, define what I'm talking about because the term gets thrown around. You don't really hear it that much anymore. So maybe I am a little late to it. But tonight, I'm not defending the LBHs because they absolutely exist. And they absolutely will not get any more support from Blizzard abroad. They will not get coverage They will not be able to get cover from the everyday hardworking men. Elite Bloodline, salute, welcome, welcome. He said you sound like the pastor from Mafia 3 game. I don't know that game, but salute to you. I hope he has a decent voice. I actually don't like my voice, but it is what it is. Now, this guy right here, BIY, salute. This is the guy you want to talk to if you're talking about voices. You want to talk to believe in yourself. Right? So loser back home. What is it? I'll give you my definition. Right? A man who gains status or leverage overseas, not through growth, but through a passport and a currency exchange. Jonathan, salute. Thank you, bro. Thank you. It's just weird, like when you first hear your own voice, through like a speaker or something. You're like, damn, that's really my voice. So, all right. A man who was invisible back home, who went overseas suddenly and suddenly became desirable. And nothing's wrong with that. But it's about the mindset. It's about how does that man act when he gets that attention? You know, is the man that was back home living paycheck to paycheck, got on a plane and became middle class overnight. You know, so now he's flexing. Now he's stunting. That's not growth, man. That's not growth. If all you did was get on that plane without working on yourself, without trying to be a better person, without trying to understand the culture that you're stepping into, that's not growth. And I know the term has been weaponized, right? It's been used to dismiss a large part of Western men who travel abroad. Men that don't deserve to be looked at that way. Men that have done everything the right way. They've studied the culture. They've tried to start learning the language of the place wherever they're going. They move with respect when they get off that plane. Those men I still will defend. Right? So I'm not using this term as a weapon tonight. What I'm trying to do is define it and separate. Because for me, separation is necessary to be able to point out the people that are causing the problem. I absolutely need that in my life. I do it, right? And I can't tell anybody else how to view me. I can't tell anybody else, what their opinion of me should be. But I can tell you about myself. That's all I can do, right? So we acknowledge the men that do it the right way. We give them their flowers while they're still here. The men that move with intention, to do everything that way, the right way, move with respect. Men that are actually working on themselves, trying to be better men, trying to build something, right? So if that's you, then I'm not talking about you. You're not the LBH, right? LBH. So, there's a pattern though. There's a very recognizable pattern. So when you're trying to break things down, you're trying to understand, people, groups, or anything, or bad behavior, you look for a pattern, and the pattern always sticks out. So that's what I want to do tonight. I'm gonna try to keep up with the chat. So salute. He says, Cisco's in the building. Salute. Salute, my brother. He says, shout out, bro. I'm getting ready to watch The Mandalorian and Grogu IMAX. Salute. Thank you. Thank you for that. Bro, how's working? Work is hard, but it is what it is. You got to get it done. Got to put food on the table. Everybody saying what up. Ray says, I never actually heard the term LBH. I just called them bitch ass. Salute. But to push back a little about the growth part, do you think you need to completely know yourself before you go overseas? No. It's not about the job being complete. It's not being 100% because you're never going to get to that. You're not going to be perfect, but are you working towards that? And I always like to say, if you're an alcoholic here, you're going to be an alcoholic over there, basically. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you should be working towards things like that. And that's not just it, but that's the easiest example to put out there. If you're a piece of shit here, you're going to be a piece of shit over there. Right. And a lot of us men, I'll just say men, we ignore that part. We ignore our own flaws. We could point out everybody else's flaws, but we ignore the things in us that we need to change. So that's the growth part I'm talking about. It's basically 90% of the things I talk about on this channel. But some people think that because they can't look in the mirror, they can't take accountability. Everything that's going wrong in their life is everybody else's fault. I was just talking about this the other night. It's the government's fault. It's women's fault. It's feminism's fault. Yeah, they may be wrong. There may be faults in it. But what about you? The one thing you can change is you, your behavior, your flaws you can work on. Because there's no way you telling me that there's all this huge amount of perfect people walking around here who have nothing that they can be working on or fixing about themselves. Right? So getting on a plane and going overseas and landing will not change what's wrong with you. It will not. It doesn't work like that. I don't care where you go. Eventually, those things will come back. They will surface. It's loud here. I could barely hear you. I don't worry about the thing of me. Salute Sydney Shaw. Salute Adam. Keep watching till the movie starts, then keep it PG. Thank you, man. I hope I don't get kicked. They got think you recording in there. Be careful, man. Be careful. All right. So like I said, I'm not attacking anybody. That's not what I'm talking about. And like I said, if the shoe doesn't fit, don't try to wear it. But the problem is nobody thinks the shoe fits. I appreciate that, Russ. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. So, a little background. To understand, like, it took me a long time to see it. But what I walked into when I started Blizzard Abroad, you gotta kind of understand what I was walking into when I started this channel. Like, I walked into, a full-on gender war. That was ongoing when I started my channel. Right? Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate was at the peak. Kevin Samuels had just passed away. But, the things he talked about was still like dominating the conversations in this space. You know what I'm saying? Then on the opposite side of that, you had You had Sprinkle Sprinkle from Shara 7. You know what I mean? You had the drizzle from them guys, you know. And every day, you know, the internet was flooded with that. My feed, because I was in the travel space. I wasn't a password bro. I've never claimed to be a password bro, but I was in that algorithm because I was traveling, you know. Passport bro movement was picking up a lot of steam when I started my channel, you know. So it was the guys that were saying they're done with America. They're leaving. They only want foreign women, you know. So even like guys overseas channels were starting to blow up and take off. You know, the algorithm was rewarding the people who were the loudest and the angriest, you know. And it still does that, you know. And I came into it and I was like, well, you know, I'm not in the gender war, but I understand both sides. And I know one side is being unfairly attacked. And that was a lot of these everyday, regular working men. That's who I speak for. That's who I want to talk to. You know, that's my target audience, honestly, you know. So I spoke out and I defended them. And like I said, I'm not up here giving an apology or trying to take anything back. I'm just trying to like put some background behind it. Kind of this journey. Right. What I didn't actually see, you know, until I went overseas, until I traveled, until I spent some time in these spaces, you know, some real time in these spaces, is that not all of these men were worthy of my defense. And they're not worthy of yours either. You know, like I said, just a blanket defense of men lumps you in with them. I did a whole live stream on Floyd Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Explaining why we need to separate ourselves from these type of guys. Why we can't let ourselves be lumped in with those guys. Right? That's who I'm talking about. The Floyd Wallaces of the world. Right? So I don't want, even though Cisco, I'm gonna use you as an example, Cisco. I don't want Cisco lumped in with a Floyd Wallace. You're not the same. You don't have the same motivation. You don't have the same background, even though Cisco travels with his wife. You know, a separation is needed because these are the guys that took over the Manosphere. These are the guys that took over the red pill. It's why we have the representation of men, what it is today on the internet. You know, I thought the Manosphere was good until I started listening to them, until I started having conversations with the men who were speaking, the men who was leading it. I realized, oh, wait, bro, what are you talking about? I'm not really paying it. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. I don't know what y'all, Sydney. I'll get down to it. Let me finish this one point real quick. I gave the movement, just like I did the passport, bro, the Manosphere, even a little bit the red pill. I gave it the benefit of the doubt because I thought they were coming from the same place that I was coming from, but they're not. They're not, and it's nothing wrong. I can't tell anybody what to do. I can't tell anybody how to travel. I'm not gonna shame anybody. All I can say is that I do it a little different. And I know a lot of men do. There's nothing wrong with that. But every time we come up here and try to say, hey, I don't do it that way, we're the ones that get shamed. We're the ones that, get the finger pointed back at us. So I want to change that. That's what Blizzard Abroad is about. That's what the Positive Manosphere is about. It's not a group. It's not a membership or anything like that. It's just people who have the same mindset, men or women, right? We're not like them. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. You travel with integrity. You travel with respect. You travel with, genuine curiosity about different cultures. You are different than these guys who travel and spend the whole trip in Angeles City. I'm sorry. And that's not shame. Saying that is not shaming the actions of these people. It's just saying that I don't want to do that. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Something happens when you actually go there and you see it with your own eyes and you're not just watching it through somebody else's vlog. When you're actually talking to these people in person, you're seeing how they actually move in real life. Seeing a man who was struggling home get on a plane, travel overseas, and get off acting entitled, acting like their shit don't stink, right? There's something about that I don't like, it doesn't resonate with me. I don't move that way. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. All right? I'm a working class dude. I'm a working class dude, man. I'm a blue collar man. I work with these. See the calluses? I'm no better than nobody. I'm no better than anybody. I'm just a regular man. I don't want special treatment. I don't want anything, man. So when I move around the world, I try to move with respect. Because I know what it's like to bust my ass all day. I know what it's like to come. I know what it's like to slip a disc in your back and be hurting, but still have to get up and go to work hurt. Because you have to feed your family. You know what I'm saying? Let me catch up on some of this chat. So I'm okay with blaming feminism a little bit. Laugh my ass off. I'm not blaming. No. I get it, right? And let's say I don't like extreme feminism, but I'm not going to blame it, all my problems on it. Whoever's doing that heart, thank you. I see you. Thank you. I see it. I see it over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to blame all my problems on feminism, right? I'm not going to blame my ex-wife for the breakup. Like I didn't have nothing to do with it. I have no fault. I'm not going to do that, man. I walk the path outside the world expectations. Unless you make wholesale changes to yourself, nothing ever really changes, no matter where you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. We understand where you're coming from. Thank you, man. Cisco preacher. Yeah. Go. Adi, salute. Welcome in here. Stefan, salute. Sydney Saucer, Cisco on the last track, you voiced that. Don't fuck with someone who you were talking about. Don't be. What? I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I've learned. Yes. Thank you guys for interacting with me. And I've seen much of entertainment, mainly because it didn't add value to my life. Exactly. But I'm just saying that, like, when I started my channel, that's what was out there. And it caused a big backlash against men overall. I just go saying, like, there's women that were saying they'd rather be with a bear than a man. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type, that's what I stepped into. The sprinkle movement, where women were actively trying to teach other women how to take advantage of men. You know, say, all right, there's going to be a good talk tonight. Ray says, I think I got lucky with a good ear. I like to listen. There's a lot of things I've learned from observing and not experience. Men need to look around, stop copying bad decisions, and do the opposite. We need to take accountability also. Right? It's a main theme of my channel. Let me move back so I think I'm covering myself. It's the main theme of my channel. It's take accountability for your part in shit. Right? You can't escape yourself. If you got bad habits, they're not gonna magically disappear because you go anywhere else. Because you get on a plane and go to Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, China, wherever you want to go. You're still gonna be you. You're still gonna have a 2.5 pack a day cigarette habit. You know what I'm saying? So unless you try to, and actually it might get worse in some places because it's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheaper. Your vices are cheaper there. Right? In Connecticut, say cigarettes. In Connecticut, I think a pack of cigarettes is $15. I don't smoke, so I really don't care how much they cost. I don't smoke cigarettes. I really don't care how much they cost. In Virginia, just because I was curious, I looked at the price. They were like $8 a pack. So it's just cheaper other places. Overseas, I think in Japan, it was like $3 a pack. You know what I'm saying? Most of the price that we pay here in Connecticut for cigarettes is all taxes. It's all taxes. But anyway, that's not important. It's just that, your vices are cheaper. So if you don't try to get a hold of that, you don't try to change anything, you might actually get worse. Must have missed it. I don't know what y'all are talking about, man. Maybe look in the mirror. You sound just like it's all poking around. You two witnesses. Jay Shabazz, salute. Save yourself, black man, by doing what's good for you. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm never gonna push back and say don't travel, don't pursue your happiness. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is work on yourself no matter what. Start now. I'm still 2 years out. I'm still at least 2 years out. I'm trying. I'm walking this path. I'm trying to work on myself. I don't talk about nothing up here that I'm not trying myself, that I'm not trying to do myself. There's nothing wrong with that. What are you doing? Are you going to sit back? Am I going to sit back for the next 2 years and not try to, grow mentally, emotionally, get my body in better shape? I think I'm doing all right, but I still don't want to arrive there. The man I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to be better. I want to be better. So yeah, there are men who go overseas just to exploit women. Yes, it happens. There are men that go overseas and scam and become the scammers. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm never gonna say don't travel. I'm a future expat. I know people get it confused because the way I talk, because I talk about accountability, because I talk about working on myself, because I don't blame my problems on everybody else. I don't blame America for my problems. Yeah, America is fucked up. But just because America's fucked up, does that mean I can't fucking work on myself? That I can't get better at something? Because if I'm going to blame all my problems on somebody else, on the system, if it's everybody else's fault, right? then I'm never gonna feel the urge to fix what's wrong with me if I can't look in the mirror and see it. Salute, Cisco, man. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Always great to have you in here, my brother. My YouTube. Salute. What's good tonight, G? Thank you for stopping by, man. Salute, Biz. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Absolutely, bro. Anytime, man. Ray says, my grandma says, what you think you shit ice cream? Exactly, man. Motherfucker, you shit like the rest of us. I know that's gross. Sorry. But you don't have to read that. I did. Give me 1 second, man. My grandson got up. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Don't confuse a message for the man that was sent with it. Some lessons meant to heal, others to build. I ain't repenting shit. Now my scars are my armor, and I'm equipped with it. Pain taught me discipline.
Grandpa duties. I'm back. Where was I at? Let me catch up. Wishy, I see you. Hello, and how you doing? Wishy, I see you down there. Only unicorns do the rainbow ice cream thing. Yeah. Move on and let others be happy with themselves. Salute. But when the others are representing us on the whole, yeah, man. I got an opinion. Doesn't dominate my life. Doesn't dominate my thinking. It's not stopping me from doing the things I need to do. But we all got a voice. We all got an opinion. So we can speak on whatever we want to speak on. That bear or man in the wood question. I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy. It was BS, but it is what it is, man. Salute, brother, and peace to the chat. Thank you, BIY. Thank you. I appreciate that, my brother. Yeah, look in the mirror. Come on, what up, bro? You have to look in the mirror without a mask. You have to be willing to look in the mirror. Talk about it all the time, man. Yeah. That's Connecticut. Yeah, that's Connecticut. It's all taxes. The cigarettes, honestly, is probably like $2. But then they like I said, they got this thing called sin tax. I was talking about it before. They got this thing called sin tax, so that's why they put so much tax on it, on beer and alcohol in Connecticut. But the thing is that they raised the sin tax at such small increments that they never raise it enough to make people want to quit. You know, they'll put it up 15 cents. And then the next year they'll put it up 10 cents. You know, enough to where you're paying more, but not such a big increment that you don't want to buy them. You know. But anyway, that's the type of men that I'm talking about. That I don't want to stand next to. I don't want to defend the Floyd Wallaces of the world. I don't want to be nowhere near these dudes. Those men were in the group of men that we were talking about, that we were defending. They were amongst them. And we're sitting here giving cover. The everyday man, we're taking a beat and just right along with them for their actions, for the way they act. Now, like I said, people are going to judge you no matter what. You know, but I'll be damned if I'm going to stand next to somebody that's doing the type of things that Floyd Wallace was doing. I said it before. I did a whole stream on it. You know, that's a LBH, guys. That's what it means. A loser back home. I'm not saying I'm doing great. I'm not rich, you know, but I ain't no loser. I ain't no loser, man. Neither are you guys. Neither are you guys. You know, Russ, you're not a loser. Don't care what nobody say, man. You don't got to stand next to one. And I'm damn sure not defending these dudes no more. Not doing it. I finally understand LBH. Like I said, when you have a platform for men, you feel like, you know, everyday regular men are being wronged, they're being insulted. The instinct is to defend them. I'm sorry. That's my instinct. That was my instinct. You know what I'm saying? So there comes a time when you be like, wait a minute. And this ain't the first time I said it. It's not the first time I said it. There comes a time when you're like, nah, I can't rock with these dudes. You know, I can't rock with these dudes, man. They not like us. There ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Salute my brother, Life Without Limits Worldwide. Check his channel out, guys. Check his channel out, man. Type mine in the chat. Good dude right here. Check his channel out, man. Yeah, $2 Canadian on the rest for the good ones. Damn. I don't know about Floyd Wallace. I did a whole stream on him. Yeah, I did a whole stream about Floyd Wallace and those type of guys. And it was because I always found myself in, I'm not going to say arguments. But I always found myself in these discussions where men were saying like, yeah, we're all the same. We all got the same motivations. It's like they were trying to pull us in with them in their activities that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to say the way a person should travel, or you have to travel the way I travel, or you're wrong, or you're lying to yourself, or you think you're special. No, you do what you want to do. You travel for whatever reasons you want to travel. I have no say in it regardless. You know what I mean? But I do have the right to say that, hey, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. And we were the ones being attacked for it. We were the ones being called out. Like, no, we're not all the same. Because if you tell me I'm the same as a Floyd Wallace, we might have a problem. Dude's a PDF. He's a PDF. So yeah, if you say I'm the same as that type of dude, we're going to have a problem. I'm sorry. Because he's a PDF. And he's sitting in a damn, where's he at, Brazil? Or Colombia? I don't know. Wherever the hell he's at. I know he's locked up for doing something wrong with a minor or a bunch of minors. So no, I'm not like him. And I don't have a problem saying it. So don't lump me in with them guys. Because that's disgusting. Because if I ever see anything like that, I'm snitching. I don't care. If I see you doing some strange things when underage, anybody underage, I'm snitching. Call me, say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Salute. This is my brother channel right here. Check his channel out. Subscribe. Ryan Avery Rogue One. He said, I simply live my life taking accountability for myself. Yeah. And that's what I said. I'm not talking to men like you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You doing it the right way. And I'll be damned if anybody said expat living overseas is the same as a Floyd Wallace, I'm going to be upset for you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be like, no, he's not. No, he's not. We see what he does. He does good things. He helps his neighbors out. Seeing you out there in the flood, helping people. you know, not just going around taking advantage of people, not walking around with your chest poked out like you're better than the people that you live amongst. That's the difference. You're different, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying everybody has to be like you or do the things that you say and do, but I'm also not gonna lump you in, you know, with somebody that just traveled to sleep with prostitutes. I said they got the right to do that. But doesn't mean that you have to you have to be put next to them, you know. So no, right? I don't see you propping up a false lifestyle or, you know, or acting like everything is paradise and there's no problems going on around you. And, you know, I don't see you doing that. Right. So I really had to look at myself and be like, you know, are these the men that I want to be defending? That I want to be speaking up for? I made videos defending passport bros. No, these are good men. I really didn't understand. This is before I sat next to some of these dudes, you know, before all the fucking arguments I had to have with some people, you know. Salute, salute, salute. Trez is in the building. Salute, my brother. So, yeah, LBH, when I first heard it, it did rub me the wrong way. Especially when I heard foreign people using it. But I wasn't on the other side of it. I wasn't over there having to see how some of these dudes act every day. You know, like the dude that was like, simple shit that you get away with in America that just don't fly overseas. Cussing out the Lyft driver, you know, because they were like 5 minutes late with this guy's food delivery. You're not at home, buddy. You're acting like an asshole. You know, and it's not just one characteristic that defines LBH. There's a bunch of them, you know. There's a bunch of them, you know. And like I said, to each his own. You do whatever you want to do with your life. But my channel is focused on the type of man you want to be when you arrive, not just where you're going. You know, I want to move to Japan. I could sit here and talk about how great Japan is. Everything about Japan. I could talk about all the good things. You know, none of that shit matters. Like I said, I could talk about budgets. Everybody wants to know about the budget. You know, the cost of living. Cost of living don't mean shit if you don't know how to save money, or if you or if you're an impulsive spender. What does it matter what the cost of living is? You're not good with money. So a person like me is going to say, well, why don't you work on that, you know, that spending problem you got? Why don't you learn how to budget? Why don't you sit down and come up with a real budget, an honest budget, and then see about, you know, thinking about moving overseas. So your ass don't end up in the streets of Manila begging, because it does happen. But people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want to see the beaches. They want to see the women. Well, guess what? The beaches aren't going anywhere. the women aren't going anywhere. They're going to be there when you get there. So won't you take this time that you have, which is limited, and work on yourself. Work on yourself. It's the fucking, excuse my language, man. Excuse my language, man. It's like the hardest point to get across nowadays. It's the hardest point to get across. Accountability. Being able to go through something, trying times, hard, being a failure, whatever. And just being able to say, hey, this is the role I played in it. Let me fix it. Let me fix the role that I played, the part where I was wrong at. Many people like to label others. And that's all I care about. That's all I care about. You can sit here and point out other people's flaws all day, but can you point out yours? Can you say, this is what I need to work on? This is the part of me that I need to fix. This is the behavior I need to fix about myself. Frank, Mr. Tate, salute. Salute, my brother. Mr. Tate's in the building. He said, there's a new crop of women each year. Exactly. Exactly. There's no need to rush yourself over there if you're not ready. Right? There's no need, man. It's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Salute. He says, keep it raw. Your people hear you. Thank you, man. There are people who like to tell others how to be happy instead of living their life. Yeah, absolutely. I look in that mirror, man. I try my hardest to look in that mirror. It's just, of course, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, man. And I'm not saying I am, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get better. Self-accountability, first and foremost. Absolutely. You don't grow without it. Not saying you can't live without it, but you cannot grow without it. You cannot get better. You cannot elevate without looking back and seeing where you stepped. What's good, bro? Chilling, doing the thing, man. Doing the thing, working, going to school, taking care of my grandson. That's my life. Trying to do little things in between when I get a chance. And live streaming, YouTube. You know what I mean? So I want to talk about a couple of the characteristics. You know what I'm saying? You got the financial leverage guy. And I got these written down. So hold on. Oh, man, my grandson's up again. It's almost 11 o'clock. Give me one more second, guys. Please bear with me. Give me one more second. I'll be right back. I'll play this one again.
Don't confuse a message for the man that was saying with it. Some lessons meant to heal, others to build. I ain't repenting shit. Now my scars are my armor, and I'm equipped with it. Pain taught me discipline, now I move different with it. They used to call me two guns, now I'm mentor to a sons. Taught them how to crawl, how to walk, and how to run. And I still sit and deliver, I ain't done. Legacy in motion, newest chapter just begun. Unmute that mic. I'm back.
So I was talking about the financial leverage guy. I talked about him earlier. The guy that's barely surviving. You know what I mean? He went overseas. The dollar makes him middle class. Now he thinks he's better than everybody. He just changed location. You didn't change anything else about yourself. You know, it's a performance. It's a performance. It's a performance. Like Life Without Limits says all the time, man. It's a performance. You know, you got the fetishizer. Went overseas just to find women. And like I said, there's nothing wrong about that. I'm just pointing it out. Right? They're attracted to the dynamic, not the actual person. Right? So the escapist. You're not running towards anything, you're running from everything because they blamed all their problems on America, on the West, on the system, right? Not realizing that they probably put themselves in a worse system. The only difference is they have more leverage. They're not the guy on the bottom no more. So were you really upset about the system or your place in the system? Right? I'm going to say that again. Were you upset about the system or your place in the system? You know what I'm saying? The comparison guy. They build their entire identity on contrasting everything between America and where they're at. Again, they're not looking at the whole picture. They're not looking at the whole picture. Like I said, I got my gripes with America. Don't get me wrong. I've made videos. I made videos about my problems with America. I'm not afraid to say them. I just don't focus on it because I'm too busy trying to better myself, fix what I could fix about myself so I can get the hell out of here. Because yes, I want to leave too. You know, the savior, the savior. You're gonna go over here and you're gonna save. So I'm sorry, you're gonna save this woman. You're gonna save this woman, and you're gonna spend all type of money. You're gonna take care. You're gonna take care of everything, right? Probably end up going broke. Like it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not shaming. I'm not shaming nobody. And then you got the performer. You got the performer, right? They'll show you all the good things. I was talking about this the other day. They'll show you all the good things. They'll never show you the struggle. They'll never show you the late nights. They'll never show you the loneliness. You know, they never talk about the hard days. They'll never even show you what they escaped from. How was you really living back here? Maybe you was living good. There's a lot of us living good, man. That's really not struggling that much. But we never see that part. You never see the struggle, man. We just see the paradise. How'd you get to paradise, man? Tell us that. Right? You escaped. It was so bad over here. How bad was it? Tell us, man. Don't just tell me how good it is. Shit. I want to know. You know, and like I said, none of these guys are villains. I'm not talking. Even these guys. I'm not trying to say that they're bad. It just is what it is, man. I'm just pushing back against the mind state and the behavior pattern. That's all. You know, I'm not trying to down anybody here. I'm just trying to say recognize this because if you see this in yourself, you can work on it before you get there. That's what I'm talking about. This is the part that nobody says, man. They only talk about the destination. They only talk about the Philippines and the good parts about it. They never tell you how they got from the place they were at that they hated or that they not hated, but they wanted to get away from, to where they are now. There's a whole story in there that's missing. Tell us about that, right? See, I try to mind my own business and really don't care about what other expats are doing over here. Yeah, man, I get you. And I'll probably be the same way. Honestly, I'll probably be the same way. But um, I do have an urge to talk about certain things and certain behaviors, and I do care. I do care about people, man. I do actually want people to get better and win and win. And the best way to do that is for us to work on ourselves. Like I said, I don't know. I don't hear a lot of the same. I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But there was a lot of talk about men's mental health. I don't hear it. I don't really hear it that much. Next month is June is Men's Mental Health Month. You know, but honestly, it should be every day. It should be every day. There was a big push for it, and I think, where's that big push now? Right? Where's the push for spaces where men voices could be heard? Real men, real men's voices. The raw truth is there are losers all over the world, finding both men and women. Absolutely. Absolutely. Starting to play pickleball for the first time in my life. It's actually pretty good exercise. Yeah, I heard. Thank you for saying this, Adam. Many blame the system for things they could fix themselves. Yes, absolutely. It's so easy to point that finger, though. So easy to point that finger. Jesus. Mother broke her hip. Women overseas will survive before and after you. Absolutely. You gotta click some of the balls. Yeah. It seems as though most want to see you do well, just not better than them. Yep. Yep. Like I said, I don't care, man. I'm rooting for all of y'all. Unless you out here doing some foul crap. Because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. How good you do doesn't affect me. Unless we're in direct competition with each other. But other than that, do you, bro? I'm rooting for you, man. T. Marsh, salute, my brother. He says, I learned so much more about myself that I didn't know before. I like some expats, blizz. But these guys gossip just as much as Filipinos do. I'm tired of hearing all this. Yes. Yes. Men gossip. Men gossip. And I brought this up a long time ago. It was like, that's why I really stopped going to the barbershops that I used to go to. Because I just couldn't take it, man. They in there talking about, if one ain't there, they talking about him. Or they talking about somebody's woman or something yeah, men gossip, man. Y'all know we do, man. I don't like it. I ain't saying that I don't partake in it from time to time, but yeah. This is the expat travel overseas because the pickle game competition is weaker. He said, I was living good in the States. I just needed to change. Yeah. And that's it. And that's it. And I would hate this somebody to be like, yeah, Mr. Tate is just like Floyd Wallace. And I'm gonna be like, nah, he not. He not. So that's what I'm talking about. Cause like I said, I had this umbrella where I was just like, nah, y'all, we need to defend these, man. Y'all don't understand them. Y'all don't understand their frustrations. So I'll come out and defend them. And I was honestly not directly defending a Floyd Wallace type. I know I should stop saying his name, but not directly defending him, but men like him were sliding up under our umbrella, right? So if we separate ourselves from them, they stand out more. This man was doing horrible things, man. And they were calling him a passport bro. No, he's not a passport bro. He's a predator. He's a predator, man. He ain't like us. And I'm not even a passport bro. And I know I've came out and defended passport bros. But when you look at it, if you're gonna stand next to men like that, what am I gonna do? You can't defend that. You can't defend it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta say, maybe some of the people that was yelling LBH, they were right. They absolutely was right. Because LBH does exist. LBH does exist. Now, I'm not saying you're one or you're one or you're one. I'm not calling nobody that, but they do exist. You know what I'm saying? When your woman drops you off at your friend's house, then leaves, she's going to get leave by her boyfriend. Jesus. You know? But that's the pattern, man. Damn, I know a victim that it happened to. He's a dumbass. Yeah, damn, that's crazy, man. You know, got to recognize the patterns, especially if it's in ourselves. If it's somebody else, I know most of y'all don't care. Like, who cares? I don't really care what a specific man does with his life, man. You know, I can't tell nobody what to do. I must keep saying that, man. But if I can help somebody to take a look in the mirror or just spark a thought in somebody's mind, then that's my goal here. That's my goal here, is to spark a thought in somebody's mind. Like, damn, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that this way. You know, oh shit, I do act like that sometimes, you know. Or I could have thought about that different. Maybe I should do this before I travel over there. That's what it's about. It's not about downing anybody, saying act like I'm better than anybody or a guru. You know, no, I'm not. I'm not, man. Couple things like I know I could ask myself, am I looking for freedom or am I just looking for more leverage? You know what I'm saying? Am I really looking for freedom in a place that I could call home? Or do I just want to be in a better position financially or in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? That's one real question. Yeah. Leverage is leverage is, you know, your power over something external. You know what I'm saying? It could be a financial market, it could be cost of living, it could be a relationship, you know, the relationship dynamic. It is different. You don't have a lot, we don't have as much leverage in the States in relationships as we used to have, you know. And a lot of men don't like them. A lot of us don't like that. Uh, You know, you go overseas, different culture, different. A lot of us, gotta be honest. Some of the women that we're dating overseas, they're in dire financial situations. It gives you automatic leverage. It does, man. We're being honest here. We're being honest here. That's leverage. You know, freedom is internal. Leverage is external. You know what I'm saying? So I choose to build my freedom here. I'm not looking to exploit anybody, but like I said, you do what you want to do, man. Just be aware of it. Just be aware of how you're moving and take accountability for it. That's all. That's all I'm asking. You don't have to do it or not. But I think it would help a lot of us out. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's why I don't want to know everybody's problem. I can't say the world, bro. Yeah, you can't. You can. I know I can't. I know I can't. But damn, I just want to, and I ain't trying to. I just want to help a brother out. That's it. One or two of them. I just want to help a brother out. You know, modernized countries are facing similar problem. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have that leverage. Like I don't know if I ever had it or looked for it or anything, man. Definitely not today. Not today's society, you know. T. Marsh says, if you have a good budget, a steady income, you can save money over here. We wind up meeting a woman, build a house, and get married. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'll be wondering what's the rush, though. What is the rush, man? We should be taking our time. We should be doing due diligence. We should be wanting to protect ourselves just as much as at home. When you're talking about relationship, women are women. Women are women. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be bad women. There's going to be good women. Wherever you go. Wherever you go. But you do get a little more leverage over there. To me, it was great to leave the USA in the middle and come here and be on the 1%. Yeah, I feel you. It ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't nothing wrong with that. And I be saying like a lot of people ask me why Japan, because Japan, you know, is basically almost the same cost of living as the US. It's a little cheaper there. But I'm like, that's not what I'm doing it for. That's not what I'm doing it for. It's not why I want to move. Nothing wrong with it. Like I've seen men like the Brother K, what he lives on over there, absolutely wouldn't be able to do it here. There's no way. There's no way he would be able to. So what option do we have, man? Shit, he like 75 or something, man. Look at he look good. Ain't no way he should be in the US in a damn old folks home. No way. So I'm not shaming it. I'm not shaming it. I'm just pointing it out with the guys that, but you know what I mean? I also don't see him over there like, yeah, look at me living like a king. You know, I don't see that from him. So he's not the type of person I'm talking about. I don't see you doing it, Mr. Tate. I don't see you doing that. Stunting. We call it stunting. I don't see you doing that, even though you could. You know what I mean? I don't see that from you. So you're one of the men that I don't think deserve to be attacked or called this term. I would separate you from the people who deserve to be called that. Because they are there. They are there. You probably see them. You live there. I know you see some of these, man, that was struggling in the U.S. to get off the plane in the developing country and act like they shit don't stink. That's why they get called losers back home. Like I said, I was defending them, but not anymore. Because they do exist. You know, they come in here talking shit every once in a while. You know, T. Marsh says guys do need to slow down. These women want to get married. As soon as you get off the plane, the sooner they can hook you, As soon as she could drain your bank account. Yeah, be careful, man. Exercise the same amount of discernment you would here. Like I say it a lot. You don't trust the women here. You wouldn't buy a woman a sandwich here, but you'll build a woman overseas a house that you don't even know. You've been chatting for 2 years. Like it's insane. It makes no sense. Sit down and be humble. I live my life that way now. I don't like to be seen as a guy that has a lot of money. Yeah, I got told that. Like, I don't see myself as overly um, flashy or anything like that. Somebody is like, well, you got a brand new pair of shoes on. You flashy. You know what I mean? Like, somebody said that to me. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about it that way. Like, something that simple. You don't think about that shit. Gotta stop finding their wife in the red light district. I ain't come here to shame tonight, Adam. Just to point shit out. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. You know, my wife already owned her house. Indeed, that's why the civilized expats don't fuck with Americans, right? That ego, man. Leave that ego home. Leave that ego home, man. Stop comparing everything to the US. You're in a whole different country. Live your life and be happy. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for you. Believe me, we are. Because if you could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? If you could do it, I could do it. So I'm rooting for you. Rooting for y'all, man. But not the ones over there. Not the ones over there acting fool, man. You know, acting entitled. You know? He said, Blizz, you know how we do on the East Coast. I like to match my clothes and have a nice pair of sneakers. You are 100% right, expat. Salute to you, man. He said, I mainly avoid other expats since most bring their drama with them. Exactly, man. Most of these dudes walking around with their chest poked out wouldn't bust a grape back home. Wouldn't bust a grape back home. I talk about the growth before the movement, before you leave. That's what I'm talking about. Because none of these guys are going to tell you about that. They're not going to tell you how they were living back here and be honest. They're not going to show you what they had to do to get where they're at. Show me that. I want to see it, man. Maybe you did something that I need to do to help me get out of here. I still got 2 more years here. Help me out. I'm not up here saying, I've never come up here and said I know everything. I never came up here and said I was a guru or an expert. I've come up here and asked for your guys' advice. Y'all don't want to give it. I've opened up my panel, but y'all don't want to give it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no attention tonight, bro. Go to your own channel. You ain't getting no attention tonight. You got your own channel, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. That's all I'm asking guys to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking guys to do. So I ain't going to be up here too much longer. This is going to redirect to the open panel. You know, so we could talk. So this is going to run out. I got about like 12 more minutes in here. This is gonna run if you guys want to stick around. I don't know how that went last time for you guys. If it went all right, it's gonna just stay here. When I end this, it's gonna redirect right to the new channel. I mean to the new stream. And then we'll open up the panel and we'll talk it out if you guys want to come up or not. He says, it's taken me 4 years to even think about buying a new car. Since my house is almost done, it's time to get my last SUV. You know what I'm saying? These humble men, these other expats. T. Marsh is an expat, lives in the Philippines. Mr. Tate is an expat. He lives in the Philippines. Expat living overseas, lives in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? These are the expats that I want to talk to, that I want to listen to, that are willing to share real advice and have real conversations. They've been doing it for years. Years. You know what I mean? These are the men that I want to build with, that I want to get advice from. These men. Why? So now I'm not trying to make a checklist. I'm not up here attacking anybody. I've never came up here and attacked anybody at all. I never went to anybody else's channel and tried to disrupt their conversations. If I don't like your shit, I just don't like it and I don't go. That's it. You know, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. I'm not chasing leverage and I'm not trying to stunt on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I try to be respectful wherever I go, especially when I travel. Try not to act like I'm better than anybody or have a sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to pound on my chest. I don't need to act like an alpha male. The people around you already know if you're an alpha male or not. You don't have to, masculine or not. You don't have to tell anybody. The people around you know. So it's the people that's always pounding on their chest, saying they masculine, poking their chest out. There's something in there that's missing. They got a hole in them that they're trying to fill. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm actually traveling. I'm seeing culture. I'm experiencing it. Like, I'm loving it when I travel. I love the way I do travel. I'm going to lean more into that. You know, just not trying to see so many sites or stuff like that. Of course, I'm going to see some places, but it's more about culture now because I found where I want to go. You know, and I'm going back. I'm going back in September. You know, I'm getting on a plane and I'm leaving the country. I'm going overseas, to Japan. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. The right type of expat. You want to learn from the vets. Exactly. Exactly. You guys, TJ. TJ's another one. TJ's another one. Salute, my brother. You guys are the ones that I want to learn from. You guys. Not these other dudes, man. They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't trying to do nothing. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be serious, man. Nobody I named tonight is at LBH. None of y'all, man. Y'all was winning back home. So salute to y'all, man. You guys are the ones I'm rooting for. These other guys, nah. I can't rock with them. I can't rock with them, man. Right? If you took away the exchange rate, how do these dudes that's puffing out their chest, acting like they the man, they be broke? I'm sorry. It just is what it is, man. He said, what is this all about? It's about, it's about LBH, man. How I came out defending these dudes until I realized who I was actually defending. Right? These people that get off the plane with a sense of entitlement, no sense of culture, no self-awareness to look around and see where they actually at. I don't rock with them. And I don't have a problem. And I don't have a problem saying that. So no more of the blanket defense of all men. No, I'm separating myself. We separating ourselves. Any chance we get from these type of dudes. Like I said, I rock with the vets. I want to talk to the vets. I want to learn from the vets. We want to hear y'all voice. I say it all the time, don't I? Don't I say it all the time? You guys are the ones that need to be talking. Don't I encourage y'all to speak? Because I want to learn from y'all too. I don't get up here and try to say I know everything. I want to learn. So that's what we're talking about tonight, man. Like I said, we're not going to be up here that much longer. This is going to actually redirect to the open panel in about 5 more minutes. So Expat says, I started my journey at an early age. You know what I mean? He said, I could sit down with you, have a few beers. You see how much the people respect me from how many people that I know and speak to. Yeah. Like I said, man, I know that's true. Just by the way you interact here. You know what I'm saying? I know we could sit down and have a couple beers and just chop it up. Because you don't seem like you have that entitlement about you that I see from other places, from other people, from other channels. I don't like I don't like people that act entitled. If you came from money, like you were born rich, I could get it. I could understand it. Right? But if you come from where I'm from and you was living the way I live, and you got on a plane and traveled overseas, and now you acting entitled like you better than the people, the local people that you live around. Yeah, I don't like that. I can't do nothing about it. I could call it out, but I don't even really got to call it out personally. It's just the behavior. It's the pattern. It's the mindset. It's not a personal attack. It's not a personal attack on nobody. It's the mindset, man, that I'm pointing out. It's not personal. But if you want to take it personal, take it personal. I don't care. And just to be clear, I don't have no problem with nobody. I don't have no beefs. Mr. Tate says, I don't care what country you go to. You must live below your means and save just like you would do in the States. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are good qualities about us that we learn here. There absolutely are. You don't got to leave them all behind. Leave the bad ones behind. But if you can't look yourself in the mirror and recognize those bad traits, then you do bring them. That's what I'm talking about. You do bring them. Everybody says it. Everybody says it. Oh, leave this in America. Leave that in America. Leave your baggage. Yeah, let's point out what the baggage actually is. Let's point it out instead of just a blanket statement. Leave the damn entitlement back home. I've experienced syrup sandwiches before. Yeah, I did too. I did too. Not to, I didn't have a horrible childhood. But yeah, eating government cheese before. I love government cheese for some reason. I don't know what they put in it. I don't know what they put in it. I don't want to know what they put in it. Looking now that I'm older and I know how our government operate. But they put something in there, man, because that cheese was too damn good. I walk away from other people's drama unless backed in the corner, then I'll defend myself. Yeah. I save more than I spend overseas monthly. That's what it's all about. Oh, here we go with the BS, man. I'm gonna let you rock with this for us for a second. Why are you here? Did you not see my color before you clicked on the damn thing? Beans and quarterback. Most baggage you can let go of and not carry it with you. Yeah. But let's try to get some of these guys to actually look in the mirror and say, hey, this is what I need to leave behind. Because they can't do that if they're blaming all their problems on other people. You know what I'm saying? Beans and cornbread with something. Yeah, on the regular day. Yeah. Honestly, I love beans. I love beans, man. I love navy beans, man. I love navy beans. And that was when we ate a lot. Navy beans, man. So salute. So that's our time, man. We've been an hour and 31 minutes. So right now, if you guys want to stick around, I appreciate it. We're going to redirect to the open panel. Whoever wants to come up. I'm going to try to keep it somewhat to this topic. You know how we veer off, but I'm going to try to keep it somewhat to this topic. All right. So I'll see y'all on the other side. Be right back.
Don't confuse a message for the man that was saying with it. Some lessons meant to heal, others to build. I ain't repenting shit. Now my scars are my armor, and I'm equipped with it. Pain taught me discipline, now I move different with it. They used to call me two guns, now I'm mentor to a sons. Taught them how to crawl, how to walk, and how to run. And I still sit and deliver, I ain't done. Legacy, emotion, newest chapters just begun.